Hey guys, I'm back with another unboxing from my latest order from HK Now store. And this one out of the box is one I've wanted for quite a while but never got around. Oh no, it's not what I thought it was. This is a different one, but oh well, it's still what I want, of course. So this is one of the new crazy Octahedron puzzles. I mean, that's big. That's bigger than I was expecting. I know I've seen other people say similar things, but they are very big puzzles. If I just grab the regular face turning octahedron puzzle, which happens to be scrambled at the moment. Don't take no notice of that. You can see that, I mean, this isn't a small puzzle, this is kind of regular Rubik's Cube size. You can see it's significantly smaller than the crazy octahedron, in fact by a whole piece size sort of thing, so it's a big puzzle in your hand. So in fact I'm going to have to just zoom this out slightly to get it in the frame better. That's how big it is. Okay, so this is the Mars version. I can't remember which version is which, so let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. Now I'll be honest, I'm not expecting to be able to solve these without some help. I'm not particularly skilled with the crazy puzzles. I struggle with the crazy cubes, things like that, so I obviously I'll give it a try, but I'm not averse to getting some help from other solvers if I'm really struggling with a puzzle. Now I've heard quite a lot of not so good things about these puzzles. Pops and explosions and difficult turning. Now at the moment, there we go. That's what happens. You get this catch there, as you can see. Pieces try to fly out of the puzzle. I will do some quite significant. Oh good grief, it's falling apart. Yeah. So I'm having the same problem as other people have had with these immediately things trying to pop out the puzzle constantly. One person, a guy called Jeremy, has posted a video of modding that he's done with a file to some of the pieces, which has improved the turning quality significantly. I've also heard other people that say once it's broken in and lubed, it improves quite significantly. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't turn terribly or anything, to be honest. I mean, once you get a face turning, it feels perfectly fine. I think the difference is when you turn, yeah, the issues are when you're turning one of the non-circle faces, or at least a face that has circles on the side of it. That's when you have issues, I think, because yeah, as soon as I try and turn a circle face, it's really not a problem. Get it lined up and off it goes as you would expect. There's no problem there whatsoever. But as soon as I try and turn one of the non-circle faces, which is completely surrounded by circle faces, then we get the immediate catch in. Something's trying to pop out, I can feel it, and it's catching all the way around, as you can probably see and hear. That somewhat is completely oh god, completely stuck. There we go. But yeah, I mean, once you get it to turn, then it's going just fine right now. It's a little stiff. You won't be able to do much finger tricking with it, that's for sure. But doing a jam jar grip, lid grip kind of thing, it turns fine. So I will do some breaking in of these and see if that improves things at all, and then I'll try my various loops, see which one or combination seems to work the best, and see what I can do with it. Once I've done that, I'll come back with some further thoughts. Okay, so I've done some work on this Mars puzzle. If you've seen my Jupiter puzzle unboxing, you might already be aware that these have turning issues that aren't really fixable, and this is no exception. You can see, even just turning it right now, I'm getting pops and catches constantly, but it doesn't seem to be anything you can do anything much about without actually doing some quite serious modding of the puzzle itself. So really it's just some care required. So I've had a play around, and I've solved the Jupiter one so far, so I thought the Mars one might be next. Now the Mars one's got two one faces, so the orange is a one face, so the centre turns with the face, I think the purple one. Yeah, the purple one is a 1 face as well. That turns with the face. And 2 0 faces, which will be the green. So the center face stays fixed. And the white, the center stays fixed as well. Now, I've been having a look. I don't know if I'm right about this, but I think I might be able to apply my Jupiter octahedron strategy to the Mars puzzle. So that's why I'm attempting this one next. So I think it's time we get this another one scrambled. I'll give it a go. That don't want to turn. Why don't I want to turn? There we go. Well, this is turning worse than the Jupiter one so far. I haven't lubed this one actually, so that may well be the issue. I will give this one a lube and see if that helps things while solving it. But yeah, I'm basically going to kind of attempt to reduce this one to the Jupiter octahedron. That's my strategy I have in mind. I can't say for definite whether it will be successful, but that's what I'm trying to attempt. It's very rare that anything other than the most simple puzzles, I go into a puzzle with a strategy in mind and it doesn't need to be adapted. So, you know, it's perfectly reasonable to expect me to have to change how I go about it. It wouldn't be any fun. Well, that's not true. It wouldn't be as much fun if you always knew how to solve a puzzle before you even start trying to solve it, would it? You know, so that's all part of the enjoyment, figuring these things out, of course. That's the whole point of the hobby. Okay, got a few more that I want to get separated. See, this is what happens. This is what causes a lot of problems. The circles just get slightly misaligned for some reason. I wonder if they're a little loose in their kind of sockets that they fit into, so they're not staying perfectly stationary on the 0 faces all the time. I seem to have got the edges separated but not on the corners for some reason. I think we're about there, to be honest. I think we'll call that roundabout scrambled. Just a few more random turns now, and I think that'll do it. Carefully, of course, so you don't cause the thing to explode. Okay then, I think we'll call that one scrambled. I'll go away, have a try at solving it, and get back to you later. Hi again, guys. As you can see, the Mars Crazy Octahedron is now solved again. Pretty much as expected. The difficulty level is very similar to the Jupiter version. It is harder, it's definitely harder, but it's solved in a kind of similar way. The difficulty is because you've got 2 of the 0 faces, you can't manoeuvre the inner corners around in quite the same way as I would when I solved the Jupiter cube. I mean, obviously it doesn't mean that everybody solves it the same way as me, but the way I solved the Jupiter cube, I couldn't manoeuvre the corners around the same way as I said, so I had to use quite a few more setup moves to solve it. But that's really the only difference, just getting the setup moves right and remembering them, of course, to undo them, which is always a challenge. But yeah, much the same kind of quality as the Jupiter version. The turning is quite stiff, it's very catchy. This didn't explode on me while I was solving it, thankfully. However, it tried a couple of times. I was holding it together while fixing the pieces that were caught on each other, so it's certainly still got the quality issues the same as the Jupiter version. One thing I forgot to mention on the Jupiter version as well, you'll occasionally find that you've got one corner twisted like this, which is an impossible situation. As far as I'm aware, it certainly is on the face turning octahedron, and I don't think it's possible, but you can see how easily that twists in its slot as I did it there. It's very easy. So if you can actually do it by accident, I think. So if you find you've got one corner twisted by 90 degrees instead of 180 degrees, then there's a good chance you've had that corner twist while you've been you'll have a catch, and while you've while it's caught and the pieces are separated from it slightly, it can twist even easier than that. So that's something to watch out for on these puzzles. I had the same issue on Jupiter as well at one point. But yeah, still, despite the quality issues, I really enjoyed solving this. I just really enjoyed the process of figuring out how to get the setup moves right that I needed to get the inner corners solved. So yeah, I'll throw a tutorial together for this one as well, because I like my process for it actually. So I'll definitely get one for this one. This is the second one I've solved now of this series, and I'm enjoying the series so far. There are definitely issues. I mean, this has certainly got the colour problems as well. You can probably see on the white face I've got two dark inner circle edges, and the one that's, these two look dirty and the centre looks dirty, whereas the rest looks white. The blue face has the kind of stripy effect to it. I don't know what's going on there. It's almost like the dye hasn't permeated through the entire plastic or something. The green, the centre is a lot darker than most of the other pieces, and that corner's darker. The orange has numerous pieces that are very much darker than the others, so there's real quality problems with these, and that really displeases me. But having said that, I'm really enjoying how they solve. If they were good quality product, I think these would be amongst my favourite puzzles at the moment. I'm really enjoying the solving process of them, as I've said numerous times now. But the quality issues obviously detract from that somewhat, but the solving process I find fun enough for me to overlook those quality issues at the moment. I'm enjoying them enough to actually kind of get past that. So yeah, I still think they're kind of worth buying, but if you are looking at possibly buying these, do be aware that these issues do exist. There's no two ways about it. They are definitely below the quality standard that they should be. Alright then guys, I think that's about it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.